Good morning. We are going to go ahead and start the meeting. It is 10 a.m. I'm calling the meeting to order. 1.2 roll call.
Judge Michael Ponce,
Here.
Commissioner Jose Orenda,
Here.
Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Here.
Commissioner Felipe Talamontes. Here. Commissioner Raleigh Rubalcaba. Absent Judge.
We do have a quorum. 1.3 Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor and Texas flag, pledge allegiance to Texas, one state under God, one nation.
1.4 Testimonial oath for presenters. Please be advised, if you are before Commissioner's Court, that you are under oath and on the record. 1.5 Public comments.
Judge, I have one. The DPS building over the weekend, did they let you know that we got flooding? So we took care of the leak right now. We're gonna try and get carpenters posts because the whole vinyl lifted up. I got pictures.
They can send them to me.
And they called me yesterday afternoon, they didn't know how long we have been leaking, so they had quite a bit of water. So we're working on it. The leak has already been taken care of. All we need to do is get somebody to give us a quote on the repairs on that.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Can I have my mic, please? So people in here. Also, Judge, weather-wise, just to let you know, there's flood warning for Uvalde, Vigo Pass, and the surrounding areas. They're evacuating people from the Compton and Garden Park area. So just information to the public.
Thank you. 1.6 Approval of regular meeting June 28, 2025.
Motion to approve subject to no corrections.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Jose Urenda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. At this time, the Commissioner's Court, on behalf of Commissioner Talamontes, we'd like to take a moment of silence in honor of Michael Trevino. Mr. Trevino was a lifetime resident of Dimmit County who lost his life while serving as a lineman for Rio Grande Electric. So at this moment, we'd like to take a moment of silence. Thank you. Go ahead, Commissioner Talamontes would like to make a few words.
At this moment, I would like to take a moment to pay our respects and honor the life of a longtime resident of Dimmit County, Michael Trevino. Michael lost his life while serving as a dedicated lineman to Rio Grande Electric. His work, commitment, and selfless service ensured that our communities remain connected and safe in often most difficult and dangerous conditions. Today, we pause to recognize not only his professional contributions, but the kind man that he was and the beloved husband and father, devoted son, and a cherished member of our community and in the brotherhood of linemen. To Michael, his wife, and entire family, thank you for sharing him with us. His service to his profession will never be forgotten, and he will be dearly missed. Thank you, Commissioner Talamontes.
3.1 Approval of bonds. We have no bonds, no action. 3.2, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 1, Mr. Rudy Lopez for the month of June 2025.
Morning, Commissioners. Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Morning.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
3.2, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 2, Mr. Andres Arambula for the month of June 2025.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning.
Mr. Daniel.
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Constable, I just wanted to let you know that we wish you well. I know you're having surgery coming up, so if you need anything from our office, please feel free to contact us or Hernandez. But I do really wish you well, and I hope that you have a successful and smooth surgery.
Thank you, Judge. And just for informational purposes, I do have my reserves, and they're going to answer all the calls from the JP's office. And I also spoke to the other constable, so we're good. We have a good working relationship, so
Thank you, Constable.
Good.
thank you.
Prayers for
Thank
speedy
you.
recovery.
3.4, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 3, Mr. Robert Valderas and Juventino Torres for the month of June 2025.
Morning, Judge. Morning, Commissioner.
Morning. Morning.
Hello. You get some rest yesterday?
Oh, yeah. That's all.
Good. Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
Thank you.
3.5, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 4, Mr. Manuel Rosas.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Constable.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes.
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner Urenda. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
Thank you.
3.6, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from County Extension Agent Ms. Alyssa Cruz for the month of June 2025.
Motion to table.
I have a motion to table by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Jose Urenda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.7, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from FCH Agent Ms. Carissa Munoz for the month of June 2025. Ms. Munoz, for the record, did advise and contact our office that she is unavailable, so I'm going to motion to table that item.
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.8, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Rodeo Arena Event Coordinator for the month of June 2025.
Judge, I'd like to motion to table the report for this month. I would, however, like to introduce Ariana Rios. She's an interim event coordinator, assisting us until Jasmine returns. Just wanted to introduce her
To the court,
to the court and motion to table the report.
I have a motion. Good. Thank you, Mrs. Hughes, for being here, and we welcome you to Dimmit County.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Urenda to table this item, and I have a second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.9, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Dimmit County Golf Course for the month of June 2025.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. questions of Ms. Hyman?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Jose Uranda. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Hyman. You have a good day.
Thank you.
You're gonna present Mrs. Cruz?
Yes.
Okay, 'cause I already called your
Oh,
items, I'll recall it. Ms. McDaniel, I'm going to recall and abate the motion that was on the table by Commissioner Alonso Carmona and Commissioner Uranda, and open 3.6 monthly report from County Extension Agent Ms. Alyssa Cruz.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners.
Morning.
So for the month of June, we had 5 participants, 4H participants for the record books, and they all advanced to district. I did start the Egg to Chick program back in June. We just completed that last Tuesday. I had 4 participants who successfully completed that. And then as an upcoming, I do have a Hunter's Education basic course that'll be held at the conference center. It'll be $5 per person for ages 9 and up. And I'm working with the Texas Parks and Wildlife to host that along with Zavala County Agriculture Extension.
Questions of Ms. Cruz?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona
Second.
and a second by Commissioner Uranda. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Cruz. 3.10, discussion and quarterly report for the months of April, May, and June for the airport. Morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Martinez. How are you?
Good.
Questions of Mr. Martinez?
Ju-
Go ahead.
You want to address it, or you want me to address
Who wants to?
it? The lights and all that?
Oh, the
Progress
Those
has also
are
been
the-
made.
The walking.
planners, yeah.
It says the progress has been made resolving several light issues around the airport. Repairs were completed in rack lighting system. It was repaired or is
So this one, I'm getting, it's not fully repaired, some of the lights, but we did have some planners from the state go out there. Mr. Carmona was there, and we went and had a walk through to the airport, the ramp and the runway, see what we could do. So, but I know there's some funding that we could get, and so the next step is turn in a letter of interest to the states, which I'm about to do. I'll present it to the board once I write it out. And they're looking at a project between 2027 and 2028, around there. So it just resurface the whole runway, update the lights, and a new AWAS system, because I know the one we have, it kind of breaks down. It's pretty old. The life is already met pretty much in the AWAS weather system. So that's
Is it a
my-
grant opportunity? Is it just funding that you can request?
It's
from the
a
state?
grant, we get our responsibility is only 10%.
Okay.
So, yeah, because this project could be probably like $1 million, so our part is only 10% of that.
Thank you, appreciate
Judge,
that information.
Also, Judge, we did find some bullets out there, used bullets. I don't know where they came from, and it's kind of dangerous for, just in case an airplane is landing or something. We found a couple of spent shell casing, well, not the casing, but the bullet itself, and they were used, the lead,
So when you shoot the bullet, that's what they call the end of the bullet?
the bullet
Not the
itself.
casing.
No.
The actual bullet.
So it's pretty much on the side where the shooting range is.
And it is a concern. I did let Commissioner Noguera know, she was gonna address the problem. Also, on the lighting,
County shooting?
excuse me,
I'm sorry.
on the cone, or what, I don't know what you call that thing. There's some trees that are in our county property that needs to be cut down. Cut down because when the planes fly, they can see it on both sides of the.
So who needs to cut that?
The windsock,
The,
the windsock.
well, whoever made it.
The what?
You're talking about the windsock that shows you
The direction.
the direction of where the wind's coming. And I think the trees are between the fence line of airline and the golf course. So I talked to the insurance, so we'll address that.
But just let them know the concerns, and also on the commissioner's side, when the tuning rings is out, because when it circles, they can see that it's out. So those were little items that were
Sir,
found on there and to be taken care of.
I didn't know that the county had a gun range, that's what I was asking. That was my question to him, where's the gun range at?
It's behind the bowling field.
Between the.
Ah, okay, I haven't been back there in a while,
The
okay.
field's back there.
Okay.
It's at the end of the.
Yeah, the other thing was, so, I don't know who owns those electric wires. They're probably like I'm saying like a half a mile, I don't know, towards Ashland, that way, towards the end of the runway. It does clear, the state investigated it and it passes, but it's still dangerous. I don't see any lights on there, or they don't have any of those cone things on the wires, so aircraft to see. So I don't know, how do you get hold of someone from that company or someone to put lights on?
I don't know if it's AEP or Mineral Rio.
It's probably Middle Rio. Chapter Middle Rio, because the rural areas covered by Middle Rio.
We were supposed to be notified before that went up, and we never were. It just all of a sudden just showed up, and we were never notified about it.
Does it have a beacon?
No.
I think while you're like starting to like work in the development for the grant opportunity to like repurpose all that, that would be a good time to like sit down and take into consideration all the areas that you're seeing that need attention. So that way when you're working on that, we can make sure to tackle some of those areas and make some calls and get some answers on some of those areas that you're needing.
We got a list of what needs to be taken care of, from here to time that it's due, so.
So you have the,
You have a list
Handle.
ready?
Yeah, I forwarded to Ms. Rubalcaba, so.
Yeah, I'll be writing a letter of interest, so I'll, I guess, bring it
present to the judge, yeah.
Just don't walk that airport when it's hot.
Anything else?
So this was an inspection that was performed on
Yeah,
there?
well, I called the planners from the state, and they came over and just inspected the place.
It wasn't a pass or fail, there's a test.
Yeah, just, I wanted to get something done at the airport, some kind of, program, projects going on. I know the runway needs some work on. 95 was the last time they did anything to it. Lights need to be upgraded, so.
You said 1995?
95 was the last major construction. Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve?
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. You have a good day. 3.11, discussion and appropriate action, approval of an order approving the issuance of Dimmit County, Texas tax notes, Series 2025, authorizing a purchase contract, a paying agent registrar agreement, and making other provisions regarding such notes and matters incident thereto. Escamilla and Ponachek, and I believe Mr.
Good morning.
Pereira advised me he's here on their behalf.
Yeah, we were basically planning on doing the COs, and we're not ready at this time to present the final approval. We're lacking the information from the appraisal district, so we can come up with a repayment plan. And one of the things is that we pay back some of the COs, and so there is a gap in the debt service, and so we can take advantage of it. The last year that we can do COs without going to the public, without going to election. And so we will be presenting this at a later date, the final approval.
Motion to table?
You want to table it?
Yes, please.
Motion to table by Commissioner Melissa Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.12, discussion and appropriate action renew gym access for volleyball, open gym Tuesdays and Thursdays in Ashton and Mondays in Big Wolves in-depth at the league.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. I have the numbers here if you guys would like them.
I would.
Thank you.
The information here is every month, the average and the most amount of people we had. January, I'll just go over it all real quick. For Asherton, January, the average is 12 youth, 20 adults with 7 games played. The most we've had is 15 youth, 21 adults, and 9 games. For February, 11 youth, 18 adults, and 7 games for the average. And 15 youth, the most was 15 youth, 25 adults, and 9 games. March is 8 youth, 28 adults, 8 games for the average, and the most we've had for March was 13 youth, 36 adults, and 10 games played. For April, the average 8 youth, 26 adults, and 8 games. The most that we had in a day was 12 youth, 30 adults, and 10 games. For May, it kind of slows down a little bit, but 5 youth, 19 adults, and 8 games for the average. And the most we've had was 8 youth, 21 adults, and 10 games. June, the average is 5 youth, 27 adults with 9 games, and for the most we've had is 9 youth, 33 adults, and 11 games played. The second page is Big Wells. We started that on March 3rd, Monday, March 3rd. For the first month, it was pretty heavy. A lot of people went for the average of 12 youth and 12 adults on average, so all for 4 of those days. And the most we've had is 15 youth and 15 adults. Continuing from there, it kind of slows down, but the kids have stayed active in using the gym. On Mondays, the average is 8 youth and 2 adults, and then for the most is 16 youth and 8 adults. So Big Wells, the youth really uses it on Mondays. If you
I
have
want to
any-
thank you so much for giving us this opportunity out there. And just say that the adults are getting worn out at home with the kids. That's why we're sending them to you on Mondays. But no, thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. I know that my community really enjoys it. And thank you for the effort, for always showing up and making sure that somebody's there for these kids. They really look forward to seeing you. They've been really getting excited about it.
Of course, thank you for allowing me to do it.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve to renew the gym access
Second.
by Commissioner Talamantes. And I have a second. Who seconded over here? Second by Commissioner Odena. Any other discussion?
I just want to thank you for making an effort of trying to keep our youth and the people in general active as much as you can, so I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
3.13, discussion and appropriate action, a resolution of the Commissioners Court of Dimmit County authorizing the submission of the Community Development Block Grant CDBG to the Texas Department of Agriculture for Colonial Funds Construction Program. This is the annual CDBG resolution that needs to be submitted for the application of funds. As you are aware, these funds would be delegated to Commissioner Rubalcaba. I did talk to Commissioner Rubalcaba, and she's aware of the resolution, so that's what this is here for today.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.14, discussion and appropriate action, approval to renew interlocal agreement for 911 public safety answering pump services between Middle Rio Grande and the County of Dimmit.
So moved.
What is this?
This is also an annual MOU that we have with Middle Rio Grande regarding the 911 services that they provide in Dimmit County.
Which is?
The MOU is attached to to the packet, which stipulates everything that's included in what Dimmit County does and what does Middle Rio Grande do. and Middle Rio Grande provides the operating 911 service strategic plan that's on here, and also is submitted to emergency management statewide within Dimmit County.
Are there any changes from last year's MOU agreement?
And there's not.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona.
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner Miranda. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Um, 3.15, discussion appropriate action, approval of MOU between Agility Care's nonprofit and Dimmit County Agility Care. There's information in here for you, Commissioners. However, the young lady and young man that we're going to present, the young lady had her grandmother passed, so she's not here, but in reviewing this information, it appears that this was more of a MOU that needed to be done with Middle Rio Grande, because their purposes is for assisting our constituents in Dimmit County, just to help them out, like if anybody wanted to apply for health insurance, and their purpose is they needed an office space, but they're in communication with Middle Rio Grande, since Middle Rio Grande rents out the building from Dimmit County. We'll be continuing that discussion with Middle Rio Grande. So I am going to take no action on that item.
Motion to table.
No action.
No action.
.16, discussion and appropriate action, approval of BEAD grant MOU agreement and department quarterly department. Commissioner Urenda and Commissioner Talamantes, I'm not sure if this is the one you all have, like, I know that you had brought one up, Commissioner Urenda, regarding fiber optics, and I know Commissioner Talamantes had brought something to the table regarding the fiber as well.
I don't know if Mr. Rodriguez got a hold of you. This is Commissioner Dundas.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Mr. Rodriguez got a hold of you.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
About the only concern that I had. If not, it's okay, I can refresh your memory. The thing is that this is Commissioner Uranda's grant that he's applying for. But with your grant opportunity that was presented to us last Commissioner's Court, there was a clause in there that said something about MOU, that you couldn't have it with anybody else, a letter of support.
Like a non-completing clause.
A non-completing clause, and we've already given our letter of support to the Biglos area. And it would just be myself and the judge that submitted those letters. Everybody else did not. But I wanted to make that clear to you first, coming forward, that we have already submitted letters of support for a grant opportunity that was submitted 2 months prior. Honestly, we don't know if we're going to get that grant opportunity or not, and the commissioner really wants to go forward with it. Just keeping that in mind, that I wouldn't be able to participate in a non-complete clause because I've already given my letter of support.
That's fine, we'll agree with that.
What do you want?
The application is closed on the 22nd.
Yeah, because my thing is, like, we don't still even know if we're gonna get my grant opportunity, so I definitely don't wanna close down your grant opportunity for this area without knowing that. But I just wanted to be clear moving forward that they knew that we did sign a letter of support for the other company for the Biglos area, and I just wanted to be transparent on that. But again, I don't believe that you should hold back on trying to secure a grant as well for free, so.
Well, especially because it won't be overlapping in regions. This
Yeah.
will be from the Diddy side. They're coming in from the Laredo side, is my understanding, correct?
Yes.
So it'd be benefiting our community in different avenues as far as high-speed internet entrance into the community.
The last presentation we had, was it with them?
Yes.
And but that encompassed to some extent in her region. I think that was what your concern, right? Because there was
Well,
a part that overlapped hers. Is that what that's what she's saying?
So basically.
Not the area of coverage, Judge, just the no compete clause for a letter of support. That would eliminate me and you from participating in that because we already gave our support to Biggles for that fiber grant over there. But if the company has no problem with maybe taking that into consideration and still allowing us to try to secure it for Cruiser, like I said, we don't know if Biggles is gonna get it. We're hopeful that we are, but I definitely wouldn't want to rob Dimmit County of an opportunity in another area just because we signed a letter of commitment. So as long as they were open to leaving that out or not including it at all, I think it would still allow Commissioner Odena to move forward with the application process for through Laredo to this way, Commissioner, you said? Laredo this way.
Well, let me explain a little bit about
Sir,
this.
can you please state your name for the record?
Yeah, Aaron Ramirez, I'm the president of Fiber to Go, the party is mentioned in MOU. This is open to any carrier in Texas, so everyone is competing. It doesn't matter what county you are selecting. But basically what we are proposing is a ring between several counties to connect to San Antonio and to the border. So basically there are already counties that they already participated in this program. But we are open for any other carrier to participate, contractor, or, because it's an open ring. It's not something exclusive. The MOU is not exclusive. It's open to anybody. See, another carrier, private carrier, company is coming and is matching the 25% needed for this program, they can participate. It's open. So what we are doing is, in our application, 50% of the application is a technical stuff. So what we are doing is supporting the counties to cut information for the application for free. The counties are not paying any penny for that. Usually it's 1% cost for the counties. And the estimated budget for these counties is over 20 million. So basically, as a private company, we need to bring 5 million to participate, and it's too much. Basically because the customers that we are serving is far away of town. Some of them are even 10 miles away from Cariz Spring. So if you run the numbers, the feasibility to do that is not possible for the private sector. So the MOU is non-binding, as you mentioned. It's open to compete to whatever is coming to the town or to the county. But the problem we have, and there is no guarantee to receive the award or the grant, and also it's closed on the 27th. So we have not too much time to submit the application. We already put some information as a pre-register to see if the county is qualified with Ms. Rodriguez. We have the qualification authorization by the Texas Broadband Office. So they already authorized the county to participate. But it's up to you. That's the reason we're here. But basically, if you spend a little bit more time this one, the application is closed next. And there is no way to reopen that one because this one is for federal government. It's coming from the NTIA and the Texas Broadband.
I have no problem supporting you to submit the application. I don't even know if you're applying for the same grant, if I'm being completely honest with you, because the application that we submitted has already been submitted about 2 months back. I know that you're saying like it's not possible for like the Bagels area to generate that much revenue, and that's kind of like what I was getting at, that I don't know for sure if we're going to get it in that Bagels area, so I wouldn't want to take away from applying for that opportunity here in Dimmit County for the Carrizo area. My only thing is just the MOU, I wouldn't be able to truthfully sign it to you when I've known that I've already given a letter of support to my community out there in the Big Bulls area. But as long as you, with your company, are fine with just taking partial letter support or taking that into consideration or just removing the MOU, I have no problem supporting you to submit the application. It's just that I wouldn't be truthfully signing an MOU with you saying that I wasn't discussing or seeking other opportunities because I have an area of Big Bulls that I'm still trying to advocate for.
Well, this grant was open on July 9 and it's closed the 22nd. So if you're applying for something else,
It's not probably not the same grant or grant.
it's probably something else. The good program or something, because there are several programs.
And I just wanted to be transparent with you as well, just to let you know that I have signed something just going forward, but I'm not too sure if I'm completely informed on your process. I just wanted to be sincere moving forward, just so that they know what we have signed.
Mr. Ramirez, I have a question for you in regards to the 25%.
Required match,
Yes.
Dimmit County is required to do a 25, is that what you're saying?
The proposal is to have a waiver,
Okay.
so there is no any cost upfront by the county.
Okay.
And also, our proposal is an open access fiber optic network. That means that any other carriers can participate, any school district, any hospital, any new school you are building over here, they can access the network we are proposing. And two more things is are that the network, the revenues for the network is sharing with the county also. So the county will have an extra revenues for the services from the community. We are planning to your charge $20 to those users using the wireless network and $30 for the users using 1 gigabyte of fiber optic. So that will be really competitive. And part of that, those revenues, that will be to the county.
So what you're needing from the court is a letter of support and
No,
establish an MOU.
he's asking for an MOU.
An MOU.
Yes.
No, there's no letter of
We
support.
have several other letters of support for the congressman, the state representative. It's okay if you want to submit a letter of support.
No, it was a letter of support.
But in this case, we need.
In this case, the reason why they need the actual MOU is because the grant requires a MOU or a resolution. And that's why this is before the court, because it's a requirement for the application process.
That's correct.
Yes.
Well, I guess it's up to the court because in reality, it's all on the table. This is a company bringing in high-speed internet. Like we discussed to the Asherton Carrizo area, coming in from that south side. So, I mean, it's pretty much on the table and they're, we want to do it right.
So we'll not be paying two because I do the 25. Are we gonna be paying two separate charges because you're charging, or the grant is for 75%, the county pays 25, and then Big Boss is doing theirs, so what's the fee on their part?
They don't have anything put together. They only have a little support. They've already worked on all the.
But if it's not good, my question is, if it's not gonna benefit Big Boss, we gotta look at the broader picture of, we need something that will support Big Boss. Instead of just the Carrizo and Action.
Well, we have 4 areas.
It makes no, I mean, to me, it's like, so 25% of matching, and then we're gonna leave.
Big Bulls and Asherton, right? Or is that?
No, the 25%.
But what I'm asking is, if we pay one fee for this grant, and then another grant comes in through Big Wells that's gonna cover them, then that's gonna put us more on paying another percentage.
There is no any cost to the town.
No, I understand, but what you gotta understand is, on my part, I wanted to service Big Wells also. But it doesn't service Big Wells, correct?
He said all the county, Big Wells, Carrizo Spring, Arlington, and also Catalina.
Okay, well, see, there's miscommunication.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I just said 5 minutes ago, because I
Sorry.
remember verbatim, there's nothing wrong, I'm just saying, I recall when they did the presentation, it covered everything. That's what I remember, I mean, I might be.
No, I'm concentrating on Big Wells because that's the fiber grant that I applied for, is covering into that area, that's why.
So in reality, this one makes more sense. If we're really
Yeah.
looking at it, it covers the whole county, not just, it's coming in.
Yeah.
to Washington, But, and they'd be probably the first ones to get connected, obviously, because it's coming into there. But based on the presentation that we did last commissioner's court, it's a broad area that covers the whole county. The county's invested for the entire county, not just for certain parts.
So we were going for the 57 and 1 to 83.
Exactly. That's what I
And
remember.
basically, you are connected to LaSalle, you are connected to Maverick, you are connected to Zavala, you are connected to Puerto. It's the same infrastructure. And at the same time, you are connected to the only point we have for internet too, that we can get the speed of 100, 400, or even 800 gigabytes, is to San Antonio. It's for the future, basically, because it's a shared open access network.
And I don't know,
Judge, do you just sign the MOU or do the rest of us sign the MOU? Because my whole thing is, can you legally sign an MOU with them if you've already given a letter of support to another one?
that's not,
Or that's what I'm asking, but since there's a letter of support, I know that they're not the same thing. We gave letters of supports, we didn't sign an MOU. We just gave letter of supports, but those letter of supports also went up to Senate Judith Zeffironi. And we also got a letter of support from her office for the Big Wells area. And I know that a lot of people weren't focused on the Big Wells areas because of exactly what he just said, that they want to be able to put fiber down, but they are expecting a certain return. And a lot of people were overlooking those small communities that other people went ahead and still applied on their behalf. And that's what we gave the letter of support to. So Commissioner Urandas may cover the whole thing, and that's why I'm also saying, I don't want to turn this gentleman away for an opportunity as well. But I did have questions because we did give letters of support, and that's just being transparent and honest with you. I know that it was a long shot, but I'm gonna shoot for the long shots every single time when it comes to my precincts and my communities. But I do understand and I know that it is a long shot. I don't want to say that I don't support you applying for it, because I do support it, because it still would benefit my area, including all areas. I just wanted to be upfront and transparent. I didn't want you to do all this work, submit an application, present an MOU, and then them sit there and tell you, well, they're the same people that submitted these letters of support, and then it would leave all your work and effort for something that I didn't disclose to you firsthand. So I just wanted to make sure to disclose it to you. But if they see no issue, we can do it, Judge, where you can sign an MOU knowing that there are letters of support out there with mine and your names on there. I'm still for it and up for it. But the only concern that I have left is the language that you have on there, because with us signing that MOU, it is saying that we're aware of a 25%, that we're aware that there's a 25% matching fee from the counties. So you're saying that that is not what that means, that the county is not going to be liable to pay the 25%?
No, because we are asking as a waiver.
It's a waiver.
It's a waiver.
If you read it, it's 25% required.
Yeah,
You
they
requested it
require
as a
that.
waiver.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm telling you, is as a private company, that's no way. So we're investing 20 millions in this county for rural areas that they are paying $20 for internet. There is no way we are recovering the money. So there's no logic for the company to pay the 25% match. So that's the reason we are making a coalition, South Texas Broadband Coalition for several counties to share the fiber optic network, the backbone, the main line. But also, we are making an alliance with several carriers because, to be honest with you, there is no any carrier in Texas to cover all these programs. There is no one company to cover. So we need to share with several carriers, even in the same area, all these infrastructure, in order to take advantage of that investment. And you are only the money, the grant, the 20 million. And also you can charge between 1 to 50% for the administration of the grant. So there is no really a cost for the county. And I have to say that about the letter of support. We have several elected officers, also from company, also from the school district, also for college. We are participating also with Laredo College and South Texas College to prepare our kids because there is a lack of workforce in this area. So we need open new certification for them. That of course the students in this county can participate. There is no cost for them. Usually the training, a technician in this one is at least $5,000 for the certification. So we are getting another grant for that, for the college, for 25 million to train for training our kids. So basically it's not just a small, I understand you are worried about you seeing but we are seeing everything like a region. So to benefit from South Texas. Because that will be really difficult to get that money.
I want to say I did do a little research on this organization. They have approximately 6 counties within our surrounding areas, Zapata and Heberville, also their counties on board with them. They're part of the ring, so they're trying to connect everybody together. That's what they're trying to do, which I think is a great thing. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and make the motion to approve the MOU on I'm going to be on both, but that's my motion.
Will somebody explain something to me real quick? I know that you guys are saying the 25% match as a waiver by Dimmit County. What necessarily does that mean?
You said we don't pay it.
So that means that grant, that T-MAP will be like responsible for paying that amount?
That's what it is, right? The waiver we're not responsible for.
In other words, if we are not getting the waiver, there is no way to participate. It's too much.
So then, but the T-MAP would cover that 25%? Is that what that's saying?
In this case, the Texas matching office can give you the 12.5%, 50%.
So essentially what he's saying is that the Texas Match Assistant Program is going to give 12.5% and they're going to give 12.5%.
No, the rest will, I'm sorry, George, but the rest will be waiver.
Waiver.
We need to request a waiver.
Second change.
So there is no that waiver, there is no way to participate.
I have a motion by Commissioner Jose Odena and a second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. 3.17, appropriate action to accept donation of 4 office desks from Mr. Bob Owens.
Judge, this item was basically a request. Mr. Owens has approximately 4 usable desks in their office, very close, there on 85. And he called wanting to know if we could donate them to the county for anybody that would want to use them. So I told him I would place it on the agenda to accept the donation.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.18, discussion and appropriate action, allow precinct 1 to transport topsoil to CS Elementary School. It will be placed around the playground area. This will eliminate safety concerns, precinct 1.
Yes, Judge, this item is, and we received phone calls requesting the assistance of some topsoil. There's an area on the playground that's been deepened because of the amount of utilization. I believe there's 2 kids that have already had an incident out there. To my understanding, we do not have an MOU established between the school district and the county as of yet, so I'm requesting.
We do have a
We do
MOU.
have-
Yes,
It's already been-
we've been already approved it.
Okay. That's the one that I requested to Hernandez last time, a copy of it so that we could move forward with it. And it was lost between the school district office and, you recall, Mr. Lund? And we were trying to get the actual
We'll
MOU.
get the minutes from you, Ms. McDaniel. Yeah, we approved a MOU with them.
That we were going to donate also for the fund. We have it at the yard, so
Oh.
we were going to take some out there for them to utilize and cover that hole.
I don't know if you need it, because you're saying that we have the MOU, Judge, but wouldn't it be a good idea as well if we're gonna put like machinery on the, because you're gonna have to use a skid steer, right? To even out the dirt, you're gonna do barrels and.
No, we're just gonna take a 5-yard dump truck, take it out there, dump it for them, and then they were gonna,
Oh, so you're not, okay.
we're just.
I was gonna say, like, if we went on the thing to get a letter, so, like, from the school board.
Our MOU encompasses
Okay.
the delegation of county equipment to be utilized by the
And
school.
since we're just gonna dump it on the side, he's not gonna go in, I think it's fine. Did you have a motion?
So just for the record, the soil that you are going to transport it is,
It's actually,
it's,
it's actually topsoil that was donated from the school and went through Commissioner's Court and.
so you're pretty much giving it back to them.
Yeah.
But just for the record, this topsoil is surplus, it's not something that,
Correct.
just for the record. Do I have a motion?
A motion. Sorry, I said.
Motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.19, discussion and appropriate action, approval to purchase a 2025 John Deere 2400 precision cut triple flex mower for the golf course from COs.
Judge, this machine is a machine that is required to cut the greens at the golf course. The machine that we actively have right now, we've had several issues with it. It's been out there for approximately 15 years or better. It's pretty much on its last leg, and the problem is if it goes out now, we would have to rent a machine to perform the grease cutting. So it's kind of the same situation as the aerator that we purchased not too long ago. We'd have to have this machine to be able to perform the grease cutting, which is performed twice a week.
Motion.
And this is,
Sorry.
this John Deere's buy-board.
Correct.
The other one, are we gonna try to sell it in surplus? Or are you gonna wanna keep it on hand?
We would try to keep it on hand to utilize, because even a machine that's new, it can still go down.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to have something that if it does go down for maintenance or whatever, we can still use the other one.
He's in from the CO's account, right?
Yes, it's my concern, my understanding. She wants to know if it's coming from your COs.
Correct.
Motion. Or second?
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. I have a second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
How long before you get
It's once it's approved, so it will probably take about 2 weeks.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.2, discussion appropriate action, safety issues and concerns in regard to County Lake at the Joaquin Salgado Park.
So Judge, this item, I requested to be placed on the agenda in regards to the Joaquin Salgado Park. I know we've had some concerns in regards to people spending time out there fishing, which is not a problem. That's what it's actually developed for the youth to utilize. However, there's been some remarks or statements or even people posting issues about people taking fish out and taking it home, taking the fish home, and leaving their debris behind, whether it be fishing string or hooks, whatever it may have been. We just would like to address these issues. And another thing that we've discussed is installing some type of protective guardrail on the higher part of the lake. In the discussion we had, Mr. Gonzalez and I were talking about the safety aspect of it since that last rain that came
Mr.
in.
Gonzalez as in Mr. Daniel Gonzalez?
Mr. Daniel
Oh.
Gonzalez. We were talking about it because since that last rain that we had, there was water that went out to the side, and you can see where there's kids out there trying to, play or fish, whatever it may be. But we feel that if we would take the time to discuss and maybe come up with some type of safety rail where the kids are riding their bikes or even horse playing up there, there's something to keep them.
Who's in charge of the,
Commissioner Talamantes. And I've also discussed this with Commissioner Talamantes to kind of put a game plan together as to how we could kind of move forward with it. This is all in regards to benefiting our community and keeping the kids and the people that are using our park at the safest position possible.
Ma'am,
yes,
I thought at one time, prior to Commissioner Talamantes coming in, Laguna had suggested to put a sign out there, that you couldn't take the fish home and stuff like that. Yes, it was.
I did look for the sign.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't done, but it was mentioned to make a sign and kind of put the rules and,
You're right.
what it was.
You're right.
Mhm.
And I want to say,
Because I was-
Mr.
there-
Gonzalez.
there was there was a sign, at one point there was a sign because Commissioner Carmona had purchased signs.
Yes.
I don't think that, and I could be mistaken, Judge, but I don't think that the sign is out there. I think that it was put through Commissioner's Court, we just hadn't been like enforcing it, if I'm not mistaken. Is the sign out there?
No, ma'am.
I was about to
Prior
say.
to Mr. Carmona's departure, he was fixing to order all his signs for me, but that order never went through.
And I did just recently place an order for signs. Like Commissioner Uranda just mentioned, he did call me and made me aware of the Facebook post that was going around, notified me as soon as possible. We did address them, we went out there, and I wanted to let it be known for the record as well as that at night, yes, we've been having a lot of activities at night. We've had a lot of people out there fishing and night fishing, and they've been enjoying it for the most part. I've seen so many of my peers out there enjoying it with their spouses. So it's become a quiet little area for people to go enjoy. The trash that they were seeing though on the bank is duck nest. It's not necessarily trash. So they look like big white blotches, but it's the duck eggs that are there. It's not trash. So from the Facebook point of view, it does look like debris that's up there, but that's not what it was. Not to say that the park wasn't clean to my liking when I arrived, but the guys have been doing a really good job on keeping up with it Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We did tell them to take a little bit more extra care and to keep visual eyes on the banks for hooks, string and stuff like that, but all that stuff has been occurring, and it's just because the activity in that area has increased so much since the summer days, and the population of the fish is really, really good now, so a lot of the kids are getting excited to go out there. I did set up a meeting with the game warden, and we did meet on Monday where we went over some of these topics, other concerns that I had for that area. She did say that for catch and release, it obviously the same answer that Commissioner Brenda gave me. It's up to us, but if we don't have it in policy and we don't have signs, they can enforce that for us as a game warden. They did also recommend, I know that Commissioner Brenda also recommended that code enforcers should be able to go out there and also restrict times if we want, and as well as the catch and release. For the safety concerns, I know that Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Uranda had discussed guardrails. To my understanding, there is a donation that was given to the county from the school district, and we can go ahead and put guardrails up in that area, that backside. I would like to take into consideration though, if y'all guys are gonna help me with that, Midway Park, That creek that's down there, that little bridge that you drive over, can definitely use some guardrails. Since we're starting that, might as well just include that one in the project that we do. But as far as closing the park at night, the only conditions, or the only issues that I'm seeing with that is we do have a lot of people that go out there to enjoy to play basketball. So I'm open to taking any suggestions to improve the park by all means. It's a community area, so it should be a community effort that we get together and make sure that we're covering it, because we do have a lot of constituents that are really enjoying that area. But if y'all guys want to discuss time restrictions or anything like that, I'm open to do any of that.
So what's your motion?
Well, I wanted to first and foremost have an open discussion about it and see what, as a board, we could come up with as far as the solution for the issues that we're seem to be having at this point. If you know, the guardrails might, we do have the guardrail at 51 yard. It was a donation from TxDOT. So if everybody's okay with it, we can move forward with the guardrail project. But still, the fishing part and perhaps even trash at times is a concern. And if there's something that Mr. James Gonzalez could help us with, where he could monitor that, but beyond that, you still have to have the signs up, posted, just like anything else.
Even the parking is an issue, because people have a tendency of parking maybe a foot away from the bank, and I've often told people not to park backed up against the bank, but there's no signs.
Okay.
We did get no parking on grass signs, because like I told you, I just did the sign order. So we got no parking on grass signs. The only signs that were pending for that area is that you said that we didn't have anything for no boats in there, catch and release, and then a time restriction if we chose to do a time restriction on it. But parking on grass and all those other things that we discussed previously, we got all those in just this week.
Okay, great.
So what's your motion?
Motions to address the issues. So what do you discuss?
I understand that, but what's the action to be taken?
Install a guardrail, install a sign, and Mr. Gonzalez assist us with the monitoring of the process, making sure that we
Mr. James Gonzalez.
yes, Mr.
So do we don't want to add a time restriction at this point?
Yeah, we can add a time restriction. That'd be pretty much.
Okay, so for the time restrictions, the only thing that I was gonna state is that it's gonna be up to the court enforcer. I don't know, I'm not too sure if the sheriff's department is gonna be able to assist with that, but if we do a time restriction, even if we do it at 12,
Commissioner, I'm sure that if we, whatever time restriction we come up with and agree on, aside from Mr. Gonzalez, the sheriff department and the constables can.
they will be able to enforce it?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay, okay.
once they're made aware, they can.
Okay. I was just worried about like who's gonna enforce them if none of us are at work at 12, but I mean,
So what is the time that you, what's the time that
I
you
was
want?
thinking, yeah, she told me that.
What's the time that you want? So that can be part of the motion.
What's
She
your
needs to order
recommendation?
her signs.
For the people that play basketballs out there, I'm not too sure because I know I see them out there pretty late and after work. I don't know, I feel for summer months right now, we can start off maybe at midnight. I think that's a reasonable time. Or do you think that that's too late?
I feel like anything after midnight, people should be in some type of work. But
Does anybody have any other recommendations on moving out to time?
we can try that, Commissioner, and see how it transpires.
Judge,
What is your time?
well, midnight, I'm saying midnight.
I know, but from midnight to what?
Well, as long as there's daylight in the morning. I would say, I don't know, maybe, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, there's nobody out there.
So hours that your sign needs to say not to be used during the hours of 12 a.m. to 8 a.m.
We can do it, yeah, we can do 7 a.m.
Or 7 a.m.
Because do we have any like morning walkers out there?
Yes, they start going like at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so then that's what I'm saying, recommendations. If anybody knows of anybody that's using that park or utilizing it,
So what you're telling this court right now is that this hours of
How about
use
we-
is for the entire Joaquin Salgado area?
yes, because you're not gonna be able to, there's no gates up, so you're not gonna be able to say, You're gonna open up a can of worms if you're gonna sit there and say that you can be here in the basketball court from this time to this time, but you can't be over here from the water from this time to this time, because what's gonna happen when
I know, but I
dispatch
was
shows
just
up?
asking because
They're gonna say, well, I was over here.
Agenda issues
not
regarding
over
the
there.
lake. That's why I was talking, that's where you threw me off, because the agenda item is regarding the county lake. So you're talking about putting a time restriction for the lake and for the Alanis Park, and I'm not quite sure legally that we can do that because it's not on the agenda and there's not enough proper notice. Am I correct, Mr. Gonzalez?
My whole thing is that I don't separate my parks and my departments and areas. Usually when I'm addressing one area of the park, I'm including the entire area, just because I don't separate my things. If I'm caring for certain areas of it, that's why I speak in general, because my intention is not to be dividing my departments and anything of that such nature.
Technically, yes, but yeah, if you're gonna do a time restriction, then problems with fishing, then restrict it for fishing. And then they have the use for walking, for playing basketball, and anything else, or picnics, whatever. Parties.
That's what I'm saying because your agenda request, Commissioner Uranda, was for the lake.
Right. No, I mean, we can, like,
That's part of the lake.
we can try
Commissioner,
that.
I understand.
why don't we motion to table it and we get together to discuss it a little bit more, and then we don't need the court's approval to install the guardrail since it's my area, so we can move forward with the safety upgrades and then bring it back with the signage and everything that we want to restrict, since it's only the lake.
Yeah, I believe we still need to take action on the guardrail because if something happens and it's a court approved.
Okay, so can we just motion
no.
the guardrail?
No, you're right.
The court needs to make a decision on that. Subject to somebody falling or something, and if we didn't take action, then Commissioner, you'll be sole responsible for it.
Okay, so then let's just motion to approve to install the guardrail
And you don't have to come back for,
midway, because I'm gonna do both of them at the same time.
oh, so you're including midway on
Well,
your
yeah,
your
because
discussion right now?
if they're gonna help me to put guardrail at Salgado for assistance, I'm gonna take the assistance, but also try to consider midway area, because I know that part needs it too, but do I need the court's approval to install guardrail at midway? So then I would have to wait?
Yes.
Okay.
Because his motion was regarding the Joaquin Salgado Lake only. In regards to your signs, you just need to get with Mr. James Gonzalez to do your signs, because the signs had already been previously approved by Commissioner's Court when Commissioner Juan Carmona was here, so there's no action that needs to be taken in regards to those signs. But if we're going to assess, or we're going to make a ordinance of any kind, that has to come through Commissioner's Court in order for it to be enforceable. So like your signs, you already said you went ahead and ordered them, you can do whatever you
Yeah, I
want
didn't
to.
order the no bolt ones, and there's a few other ones that I was waiting to speak to the game warden. But I'll just go ahead and submit it for the next time, even if it's just informational, so that way we can just go ahead and notify them.
I think Commissioner Carmona was gonna have something like no ATVs.
Because we had an issue with.
Oh, I think you are right. I think that I've had one situation regarding that.
We had it, that's how it all started, was because there was the utilization of ATVs out there at the lake, and there was safety issues. 1 and 2, they were destroying the county property because they were making holes and whatnot in the ground.
So as far as signs, you guys want me to make sure that we include the catch and release?
I think that the approval of the court, and you might want to go back to the minutes, but I think the approval of the court was the catch and release,
No
the
boats.
no boats, no ATVs.
Should we do it no ATVs or no motorized recreational vehicles? Because that's a go-kart, that's,
I think that's what they were trying to encompass.
And the other one, Commissioner Talamantes,
yes, sir.
on the next agenda, you might want to put midway.
Yes, sir. I'll add it on the next one. Okay, so the signs was just catch release, no boats, no motorized vehicles. And then the no grass, we already got them. No parking on the grass, we already got those. And then the times, we'll add it on the next one as well, correct? And then you said there was a walking group at 6 to consider. And
I just feel like when it comes to the walking trail, I feel like it's overreaching just simply because I know that people go and work out there and Mr. Gonzalez is nodding his head because he knows probably too, but you have people going there at all, like if somebody can't sleep at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sure the deputies know that the sheriff department's nodding their head back there because obviously they work night shifts while we're asleep, right? So I know that some people do go and utilize the running or walking trail at all hours of the day, if you will.
Well, I'm excited to hear that because I definitely want
So
to
I just don't know
improve that.
I just don't know if setting parameters for that whole entire park is reasonable. Because I feel like, for the fishing, yes, of course, because I think that there can be an issue there in regards to the water and whatnot, but like the walking trail or possibly the basketball courts, I don't know if that's something that,
So are we waiting because you want me to time restrict the water area right now since we're talking about the lake?
yeah, what I'm saying, what do you mean waiting?
Like right now, is that what we're kind of still discussing it for?
Well,
Like, do you, like,
what I'm saying is, because you just asked right now about the times, you're asking about the times.
Yeah, because I was writing it down and then I said the walking. The only reason that I'm thinking about the whole park is because I know that it's going to get hard for these deputies. They're going to go out there and they're going to stop somebody and they're going to say they're doing something else than what they're really doing, and then it's going to kind of. I just felt that it was just going to just close it off and that be done. But if you're asking me to consider to just time restrict the lake itself, I mean, I'm willing to take that into consideration too, like I said.
I think the sentiments here for Commissioner Urenda, and I'm just purely speculating as to why he submitted this agenda item, was because it was safety issues and concerns regarding the lake, correct? Or were you putting it because you wanted to talk about the basketball court, the walking trail?
It was more of a safety issue.
Yes, Mr.
Okay, it was more of a safety issue. I was driving around the park. It's basically full to capacity. There was mother.
Regarding the lake though, right?
Yes,
It wasn't
regarding
regarding
the lake. No,
anything
nothing
else, and
else.
that's why I have to legally stay on point.
Just the lake, because there's a mother and a child. The child was fishing. The mother was there, and she was close to the edge. Instead of, when they were leaving, instead of her backing out, she was going forward. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna fall in. And we have no barriers out there around the entire lake to prevent somebody from, a vehicle from going in.
And those are right. It was a safety issue regarding the lake. The rest of the concerns became evident when Commissioner Collins and I were speaking. As we know, we've known of things that have happened out there that probably shouldn't be happening. And just to give you an example, there was just a posting of some graffiti painted on the city park. You know, those are the type of things that we're kind of hoping that don't happen out there. So regardless, but I see what you're saying. I understand. We all know when the football field was locked, people were upset because they were using it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So why can we implement a rule for purposes of today's agenda? And I think in general, can we implement a rule for the time saying from from dawn to dusk? I've seen that at many places, and because how do you regulate? You know, what is it called? In the fall we fall back in hours, in the spring we spring forward, if you will. So you just don't know the time. So I think that a better way of encompassing everything together is just get a sign that says that the lake, the county lake, can only be used or utilized from dusk to dawn. Once it goes down, if there's people there at the lake, then it's enforceable with the game warden, with the sheriff's office, or with the code enforcer that they're not supposed to be using the lake during those hours.
I feel like we can start with this process, Judge, and put it to test. And, as a court, which, like I mentioned earlier, we're trying to take whatever action we can to keep our people within the community safe and still be able to enjoy the recreation areas. But whatever we limit now.
I mean, because like you said, the city park, the graffiti was done during broad daylight.
And I would
So
say
it's
too,
not like it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a issue at night. I mean, it was done in broad daylight and it's enclosed, and now they're having, I talked to Ms. Garcia, the city manager, she's like, we're gonna have to put cameras now because they're doing it in broad daylight. It's not like they're waiting for the sun to go down and go and graffiti the area.
I would like to maybe ask the court for permission to maybe let me go back and evaluate the fishing schedules out there. Because just the same way as if there's people that are out there that are enjoying walking at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you do have couples that are going out there and night fishing and that are enjoying that opportunity that they have out there. So can we just table it for
100-505, previous motion, action of Commissioners Court, April 28th and May 12th, Precinct 3. This is Commissioner Talamantes' agenda item, your request, Commissioner?
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get ready. I asked Mr. Perea to help me as well to clarify this up. Okay, so regarding this account, as you guys know, was tied into the sports complex. So just to give back some history, I guess to speak, whenever Commissioner Carmona was here, a judge took over the Alanis Park and line items and a portion of the budget that came out of it. When I motioned to take back that said budget, remember I had to do it in 2 parts. So I took back the maintenance and the responsibility for it, and then I took back the second time the budget that went along with it. I will be honest to tell you that this is the expenditure report. Okay, I'm looking at this, but let me just finish before I get confused to look at all that you provided with me today. The amount which was much more than what I anticipated. I will be honest with you, and I will say that, and there is a few line items in here that I don't necessarily need, but speaking on Salgado Park, and y'all guys correct me if I'm wrong, I think I am the person that has the most parks and recs from the commissioners. So I have quite a bit of area of coverage when it comes to parks. So my question to Commissioner's Court is because me and Judge haven't been able to agree on what is. She says that I motioned to take back just what she had taken from Commissioner Carmona. I did not specify. I motioned to take back the account. So if the court would like to clarify for us, what was it? Was it just what was taken, or was it the entire account? Because if you do look at the account,
So let me just reiterate to you, Commissioner Talamantes, on the regular meeting minutes of April 28, 2025, the Commissioners Court approved to transfer the Alanis Field maintenance with the Alanis Field budget and personnel to Commissioner Precinct 3 and 6. And then in May 12th of 2025, the court approved to transfer the Alanis Park concession and responsibilities to Commissioner Talamantes. So I'm trying to understand what your clarification is in regards to.
You wrote down not what we discussed. That's what
I don't write it down. Ms. McDaniel writes
Well, I
it
mean,
down.
I'm just
That's
being
the.
honest with you. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to have a conversation where you pretend that the conversations that we have aren't what we're actually having.
I
This is
understand
why I'm
that.
asking for clarification of the court, because you said that it didn't motion it.
But that's
And
what
if
it was.
you give me a minute as well.
That was the
I went to
motion
Mr.
that
Pereira's
was.
office and I asked him before even taking into consideration. And when Mr. Pereira advised me that that entire account was mine, I called our treasurer, Mr. Ortiz, in to make sure that he verified what Mr. Pereira was saying. And at the end, when Mr. Pereira told me that the judge said that it wasn't mine, we went back and I said, do you remember that Mr. Ortiz was with us? And he said, yes, you did.
So what I'm trying to say is that based on the minutes, and the minutes are what we go by, what was transferred to you was the Alanis field maintenance and the Alanis budget. And so just for purposes of history.
So it's not my fault that you padded the Alanis budget so far for everything to move.
But that's not the way that it, but
But
that's not the way
I
that
didn't
it was.
anticipate that I was taking that much money.
Commissioner, but that's not
You put
the.
the money in there.
Yes, we
So
did, that's
good.
exactly, and that's what the Commissioners Court approved, and I don't think you're understanding, is that this budget, the way it works for purposes of clarification and history, there was a line item before I came into office that was for parks. In that parks, I suppose it included all the parks. I don't know, Commissioner Odena, Commissioner Carmona, what all parks meant, because I know you have a park, yes. And so, when Commissioner Juan Carmona was on his way out, Mr. Pereira and I on the budget, we had a budget page, if you will, budget line item for the sports complex. And if you guys can recall, Commissioner Carmona, Commissioner Urenda, we had a page, budget line item for the sports complex. And we put that entire budget there foreseeing everything that was going to be needed. The park ranger, there's going to be positions for concession stand, for maintenance, everything that we could foresee was going to be needed for that sports complex, we put it on that line item. When Commissioner Juan discussed with Mr. Pereira and I that he was going to give me the Alanis parks, Mr. Pereira, as our auditor, advised and recommended that we will go ahead and bring in one maintenance person and the Alanis park and just combine it with the sports complex. That's the way that we had done it. That's the way that we had put it on the budget. So the Alanis park, if you will.
So can I ask a question just before you go forward? Was it also Mr. Pereira's idea to take a full-time position from Salgado Park and put it in there? Because that's what this paper is showing. That on top of he took everything from Alanis, he also took a line item employee from Salgado.
I don't know what Mr. Pereira did. I just know that we
It's a good
had.
thing that he's here to clarify.
No,
for
that's
us.
good. I'm glad to.
Yes.
All I know is that when we did the budget, we had, Juan Carmona had a person or maintenance person at the Alanis Park. That park was gonna be now under the county judges. So we brought, Commissioner, but you're not understanding the way that they do, the way that these commissioners work it was Commissioner Juan had his road and bridge, and Commissioner Carmona, you can attest to this, he would use his men to go work the Alanis. It wasn't one particular person.
Yes, and that's the way that you're supposed to do it, because you don't need to
But
be
that's not,
somebody
that's
at
not,
the Alanis
Good.
Park.
yes,
Friday.
Commissioner.
May
Yes, go ahead.
I want to say something real quick before we because I don't think we're going to really
Get anywhere?
fully come up to an argument. But my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that it is our responsibility as commissioners to take on the role and responsibilities of certain parks depending on where they're situated and maintain them along as it's part of our responsibilities as maintaining as long as our roads, our streets, our brush picket, whatever else that we have to do with. So I think we're missing the point. I think the most important thing about this whole situation is that we remain efficient in every which way possible. And when the transferring of Alanis, and I'll say, I was the one that was pushing for it, and I even made the motion. The whole factor behind it was to become and be efficient.
Correct.
Historically speaking, every commissioner that's been involved has taken care of his or her parks,
Correct.
including Commissioner Ruakawa. You know, she takes care of them. Now, there is a line item in our road and bridge budget that's allocated for parks
Parks,
expenditures,
correct.
which should be minimal because it's either meter,
Exactly.
screen, fuel, whatever. But
And-
but the fact that we're having to hire people and do this and do that just to take care of a park that's been in our budget and in our control for the past years, 10, 15 years, I don't understand why we're getting to it. Worst thing about it is if the park cannot sustain itself and we're starting to spend money on personnel, equipment, all this stuff, and we're spending taxpayers' money, it's not even legal anymore.
Correct.
We cannot continue to do that. We won't survive financially. So,
So for my position was, and I had already advised Mr. Pereira, and I had advised Commissioner Talamantes, all the way that it was envisioned in the way that Mr. Pereira, we had put it on the papers, and I think, I would like to think that you guys agree. When we did the sports complex budget, and Commissioner Odena, you were a part of giving us consultation in terms of what you thought we were gonna need for positions there. When we did that budget, and you know this, we put everything in that budget that we thought we were gonna need, is that correct? Like the park ranger, the maintenance, and I'm talking about the sports complex.
I'm not gonna sit
We
here
were-
and
we-
report on
yes,
it.
the-
We could've used the park ranger for the Alanis part
It was
two.
the sports complex and the Alanis together at that time.
At that time, correct. But when we did, all those positions that we put on there, were for the sports complex, with one position coming in from Juan, that Juan had given up, because Juan was gonna keep all his guys, remember? Juan was gonna keep all his guys. I understand that there's more than one commissioner, but there wasn't going to be, when you read the sports complex budget, you're gonna see park
I don't wanna
ranger.
go into the entire budget. If you wanna make this shorter, all I wanna know is who's in charge of this account, because when I did my budget, I calculated for every single park that I have, which I can list you. I have Salgado, I have Alanis, I have Presidio, I have the Rabbit, I also take.
But that's what Commissioner
Odena.
Odena, but that's what Commissioner
But
Odena is
what
talking,
is-
but that's what Commissioner Odena is talking about. Juan had all those parks too, and he didn't have line items for all those positions. That's what,
Oh, most definitely, because we've been taking care of all these parks.
but he
Mine
had
was
them
the
through his
Alanis
road and
park.
bridge.
Yes, with just my road and bridge. I've been taking
Yes,
care of
and
every
so
single
when we
park.
did
You should have a line item,
yes.
Commissioner.
I do, but it's
And
not
s-
enough. You wanna know how much it is? It's like literally 6,000 or something like that, compared to her line item that was 714,000.
But that's because it's for the sports complex. You're mixing the two together.
You
There's,
mixed the two together. I did not do
No,
that. You
absolutely.
made me take it apart in two ways because
it is, it's
you're the
supposed
one
to,
that mixed
it's
it together.
supposed
I
to
didn't mix it
be, it's
together.
supposed to be, it was supposed to be, the big budget was the sports complex with all those line items, and one that Mr. Pereira had brought in from Juan that was gonna be only for the Alanis. That's how it was set up.
Well,
And
Commissioner,
you're nodding your head, Commissioner Carmona, because you know that that's correct. So all I'm asking and all I'm saying, and to clarify, is that we're separating the accounts. She gets the Alanis account back like the way we had approved it in court with her one
Let's
line
list the
item.
numbers. Hold on, list
that
the
her
numbers.
one-
So,
her one
list
li-
the
I'm
numbers
talking
that you're
to you. Give me a
asking.
second.
But list
With
the numbers
one-
you're asking, because you're saying something completely different. You're saying, just take back what you were giving her, but then you
Because
still
we
wanna
mixed
walk
it.
away, but you still wanna walk away with 714,000 for building repairs that you don't even have.
Yes, because that
Park
is.
ranger that you
yes.
could
Yes.
have given to the organization this year because we made you charge them last year. So you could have
What
used the park ranger
organization?
to the T-Ball organization. Remember last year you made them pay for their own
But Park
security?
Ranger is not
And
that.
then
Park
this year
Ranger
you
is
added
something
it in,
else.
but you still didn't provide it to them, so they still didn't pay for it. So I don't know what your deal was there.
the thing is, we
But like
still-
I'm telling you, put the numbers to it. If you want to say, take this amount and take this amount, let's be transparent. Put the numbers to it, because you want to give me pennies on the dollars. for your
Because that's the
funds
way it was
that's not even
before.
done.
That's the way it was
And what have you
before.
said, what have you said a million times? Just because historically speaking, something has been done a certain way,
All we did
doesn't
was
mean that we
move
should
Juan.
continue on
All
that
we
way.
did was move Juan. It's gonna cost a lot of money to run that sports complex, and that budget was put by Mr. Pereira. We put it that way.
With all due respect, Judge, if you think that you're gonna need $715 for an area that you turfed completely and considering 15 million over budget that you are in,
Go ahead,
and the
Commissioner.
sports complex, I mean, if you still think you're gonna need 714,000 to run it, well then, maybe you shouldn't be in charge of that project at all.
Commissioner.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Commissioner Judge, I will say this, we're actually at the proper point of discussing numbers because, and not specifically right now, but we're working through our county budget, the judge is working through the budget, and
Exactly.
we're gonna have an opportunity to bring up these numbers and put together what we as a court feel is correct. At this point, we're not gonna make a decision. The only thing I can say is that I do feel that whatever Commissioner Juan Carmona had previously, when he was established and taking care of the parks that Commissioner Calamates now has, whatever line item amount he had there, it needs to be allocated. I feel like, this is just my opinion, it needs to be allocated so she can have an expenditure.
Correct.
on that.
Correct.
Now, keep in mind, it's all about being efficient as a whole, as a court, as a county. So we'll discuss the numbers in further detail when the time comes, when we have our budget hearing.
Correct.
So the time being, does the account stay with me or with her? Because that's what I'm asking for Commissioner Dundan, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I do want to answer with it because I know that this is the first time that you're hearing about it. but us three have been going back and forth on it for a while now. And I haven't been able to do any upgrades. There's upgrades that I want to do to the Salgado part, the walking path, that area needs to be
See,
done as well.
and you know very well, Commissioner, when we did the budget, that was not in the budget for Salgado, you know that.
So, okay, so.
But you know that, when we did the budget, and y'all, both of you, I'm addressing you and
Very sure
Commissioner.
before you answer, if you
Yes,
know it or you don't.
You,
Commissioner.
you and Commissioner Carmona are very well aware, that y'all are very well aware, when we did the budget, when y'all approved the budget last year for the sports complex, that was the sports complex budget. It had nothing to do with Salgado, or like she's talking about the nueces or anything.
It was the budget
For the sports
You're
complex.
bringing me my Parks and Recs budget right now, because I know it's like
For the
6,000,
complex
7,000
and
or something like that. Compared to
Yes, exactly.
714.
And that's
she
why
wants
I'm saying
For one
com-
park, 714,000, and I
Well,
have.
But it's.
Yes, that was correct. It was for Alanis and
For both of them.
Okay.
It was just for those two.
Okay, so
the
hold
sports
on, no,
complex.
if I give her this money right now and she walks away and I walk away with just what I need, is she gonna use the money to complete the sports complex or not?
No,
We
no,
don't-
it's not,
Are you sure?
there is no sports complex right now. That
Correct.
budget is basically.
So then what's
being
gonna
used-
happen to the money? So why are we fighting about money that can't even be allocated to a certain place?
We don't, Commissioner,
But
the
it was-
purpose, let me make it very
Hold on,
clear.
let
But
me
she
hear
was
it.
using-
I'm
but
sure,
she was
I
using-
wanna hear his
Taking the
answer.
It was using,
I'm
it was
telling
being
you right
used for
now.
Alanis.
Let me just make it very clear, and you as an auditor by law, under oath, you're legally, you know this. Just because we have $10,000 in a line item, that doesn't mean that we are supposed to spend all 10,000.
That is
What
correct.
happens, Commissioner, if we don't use
So
that
then you
money,
use
it
it
goes,
all, use
no
all your
ma'am,
line
if you
items.
go back, you put it back
doesn't
in
use
the
it. That's a
Line
general fund.
items,
It
you
stays
use
in the general
everything that
fund,
could've
right.
been yours on here.
every,
Overtime was all paid out.
everything
was all
that,
paid out.
everything that
So
you
when
put,
it's
it goes
us,
back.
it's not fair, but when it's her, it's fair.
No, I just think you're completely misreading
No,
the
I'm just choosing to
information.
not letting you allow me to believe what you want me
No,
to believe. I'm
because
asking
you
for answers.
want, you want this entire, Commissioner Olena, hold on, because you know that I'm right. She wants this entire
Is she right?
budget.
Hold on,
He knows
Commissioner,
I'm
is-
right.
is she right?
He knows I'm right, because you know
Is she right?
he
Is
wants
that
this
your opinion?
entire
I'm not-
budget.
I'm not gonna get
She
caught
wants
in
this
the middle.
entire budget.
I'm gonna say we're gonna have an opportunity to talk about these numbers civilly, professionally during our budget hearing. Right now, it doesn't make.
No, it doesn't make any sense, but what I'm trying to say is that you know very well, Commissioner Urenda, Commissioner Carmona, that the budget, that budget, Parks and Rec budget, it was titled Parks and Rec budget, but it was for the sports complex. Commissioner Talamantes is, and the Alanis
To
field.
bend the
Thank-
rules quite
Alanis.
There
perfectly.
is not,
Okay.
you just don't want to accept the
In-
truth,
in-
and the
in
truth
reality-
She
is,
accuses
hold on,
other people
Mr.
of doing
Pereira,
what she likes to
hold
do,
on,
too.
no, Mr. Pereira, hold on, and you have to, you three have to agree, y'all were here last year,
No,
when we
there's
made
two
this.
budgets in, there are two budgets in
Yes,
there.
for the
Alanis,
Alanis and for the sports complex.
Right.
She wants that budget for all her parks, that's not what it was
Because I might be able to do
for.
a lot of upgrades. We can put duck feeders at
You see?
Salgado Park.
But that's
We
not
can
what it
fix
was
the walking
for.
path.
I'm gonna say something.
I mean, but it's maintenance. It's maintenance compared to her having a maintenance line item for a building that's not even there. It's like styrofoam that's hanging up right now. She wants
But all that was
15,000 for it.
Alanis Park, all that was Alanis.
See,
The
that's what you're
expenditure
not
were Alanis.
understanding. You want this budget for all your parks, there was not
I can
a
use it
budget.
for all the parks.
And
Just
I
the same way that
understand
you
that.
use it to pay your
And that-
employees from your
yes,
office or overtime
and
for
yes,
the
and I
concession time.
understand
It's the
that.
same way that I want to use the
That's why
budget
you
to achieve
have,
everything that I
that is
want.
why you have.
Exactly,
You have
exactly.
a budget request.
I'm learning from the best, is
Yes.
all I gotta say.
You
I'm learning from
you
the
have
best.
a budget request,
Ben
Commissioner.
twist and everything.
No, you have a budget request line item, and you can put on there, if you feel that you need 500,000 to do all your
Commissioner,
parks,
are we
put it
gonna
on
table
there.
this, or what are we gonna do with it? Because I'm quite frankly done having this conversation.
I'm gonna make a motion to table, and we'll discuss this in further detail whenever our budget hearing takes place.
Second.
We have a motion to table by Commissioner Odena, we have a second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.22, discussion and appropriate action. Approval to hire 2 employees and 1 full-time CDL driver. Total of 3 new employees for PF and Road and Bridge 36.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Odena,
Longoy.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.23, discussion and appropriate action. Approval to get quotes to install cameras at Road and Bridge 36 Office, Yard, and JP 3 Courthouse and Big Wells Rec Center.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Urenda, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.24, discussion and appropriate action to approve the purchase of 2026 Mack P164 haul truck for Road and Bridge 3 and 6.
Motion to approve.
Excuse me.
What was that, Commissioner?
No. Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes. Is this by board, Commissioner?
Yes, ma'am.
Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona.
Commissioner.
Yes, ma'am.
is it co-
Sorry. I
is
still
this
got an
coming out of
attitude.
your
Let me
CO?
check.
Is it coming out of your COs or what?
No, I'm gonna get it out of the line item for the purchase of the equipment from the road and bridge. This was the truck that, Juan had gotten, he got the quote for it, everything for it, and he got in contact with the dealership. But when I tried to purchase it, the PO got stuck at the judge's office because we realized that he tabled it, it was never motioned to approve. But it's the same truck, everything same specs, I included
It
everything
was
in
just
it.
what it was coming out.
Yep.
A line item.
Line item for wherever he had it coming out of, Flo had the paperwork there, so it's the line item of upgraded equipment.
And what's the price on that one, you said? Yes.
725. Did you want the trading value too? Because I have that.
You're trading something in?
Yeah, I'm gonna trade in the old one, and that's the deal that he made. He was trading in a 2013 Mack truck, and they're gonna give him a credit at 20,000. So that brings, the initial price was 167,325,
Uh-huh.
and then the trade back, and then 147,725 is the total of the truck. And then all the specs are right here. If you want a copy of it, I'm more than willing to give you a copy. And then here is where it was tabled.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.25, discussion and appropriate action to approve IT Director Javier Castañeda to attend the Texas Digital Government Summit 2025 training July 24 through 2025 in Austin, Texas.
Motion to approve.
Hey, Javi. Motion to approve by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
We have one abstention, or one, Mr. Carmona. 3.26, discussion appropriate action, approval quarterly report, family services, Dimmit County, April through June 2025, the food commodity.
Motion to table.
Motion to table by Commissioner Sheena. Motion to table by Commissioner Uranda,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.27, discussion and appropriate action, approval of quarter report, April 2025 through June 2025, sanitation.
Motion to table.
Motion to table by Commissioner Uranda,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. At this time, we are going to go into executive session, 3.28, private personal matter regarding Commissioner Talamantes. Mrs. McDaniel, the time is 2:02. There was no action taken in executive session, so no action on 3.28 and 3.29. We have 3.3, discussion and appropriate action, approval to take action regarding entering discussion on scheduling budget workshops of 2026 budget process for clarification and transparency. 3.3. I suppose Commissioner Uranda had submitted, or his staff submitted this item with the signatures of the commissioners. I will, for transparency purposes, I don't know for clarification, but transparency purposes, 3.3. I'm on 3.3. I will advise the court on 3.3. I will advise the court that I'm following as the government code, section .11002. I have begun with the budget meetings. I do need, and I officially received everybody's budget request. It is required by law that every county officer furnish to the county judge the information necessary for me to properly prepare a proposed budget. I was missing one, but I have received it. And I started with budget meetings, one-on-one budget meetings with Mr. Pereira and myself last week. We are going to continue the final ones the following week, and then I anticipate on having one large budget workshop to include the commissioners, if the commissioners want to be present, to assist me in getting information from you guys or what your positions are, so that I can propose a budget to this commissioner's court. Legally and by law, I have to prepare a budget before the court no later than August the 15th, a proposed budget. So you guys will have that proposed budget in accordance to the law by the 15th. However, like I mentioned, I will get all the information from the requests that were submitted to my office. Mr. Pereira's office actually is the one that, and thankfully to them, because they have a lot of work cut out. What they do is that they'll put the budget as you guys requested. We'll put the budget as the chief budgeting officer that I'm proposing that I believe is financially sound for the county. And then any notes that I have taken in the one-on-one budget meetings will be attached to that proposal for the big workshop. And I anticipate on having, that's the 20, what's the date, is that on this? July 29th, commissioners, is when I am proposing the big workshop to invite and include all the commissioners. And we will be sending an email to all elected officials who want to make themselves present so that they can voice their opinion or concerns or requests to the court as a whole. But in following the government code, my job is to prepare a proposed budget to this court, and then the court can either approve that proposed budget or make changes as they see fit. But ultimately, I will sit down with Mr. Pereira beforehand. I know there was concerns or issues about getting it on the day. I've been working diligently with Mr. Pereira to make sure that you get that by the proposed one by the 29th of July, when I have that big workshop, and then you will get the final one after that big workshop before the 15th, when we have our normal commissioners court. So if you guys want any further clarification, please advise.
May I just,
Go ahead.
just in case we don't run through all of them on the 29th, can we make it for the 30th also? Or?
I will be more than happy to accommodate that on the schedule for the
29th and 30th?
29th and 30th, yes, because I know that Ms. Hernandez did speak to one of their commissioners, and she would be coming in on the 28th from vacation, so that's why we moved it to the 29th, because I was going to do 28th and 29th, but I wanted to make sure that they were available, so we're doing the 29th, and we can run it into the 30th as well.
Judge,
Go ahead.
may I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
This is just my opinion. I'm just one vote, as we all know. But your proposed budget is due on August 15th, correct?
Propose, yes, sir.
My suggestion, my opinion is that the Commissioners Court have the opportunity to review what your proposed budget was after you have turned it in, and we can sit down and see where we're at with what numbers.
I just said that, Commissioner. You weren't here to hear me? I just said that.
Yeah, but you're trying to meet before the 15th of, you want to meet You want to do, let's be clear about this. You want to meet before August 15th, before you submit your proposal.
The 28th and 29th with you guys.
28th, 29th of what?
July.
I'm talking about August 15th.
What about August
That-
15th?
August 15th, you submit your budget.
Correct?
At that point.
No, I
it's-
submit a proposed budget, Commissioner. It's
Okay,
proposed.
Okay, okay.
So you still have, so let me just make it clear to you, Commissioner Odena. I am currently meeting, it's budget meetings with the elected officials.
I
They
understand.
have submitted a request. I've sat down and I've talked to them, and Mr. Pereira's been present at these meetings. We sit down, they tell me, this is what I want, Judge, this is what I'm asking for. We've been taking down notes.
Like
Mr.
last
Pe-
year.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mr. Pereira is then gonna he's getting those documents, and he's already his staff started putting what was requested by that elected official. He's also putting the notes that we took from the meeting, and then we're going to wait till the 29th next week to finish the meetings with the other elected officials. Then we're gonna put it together and put a proposal. We're gonna put a proposal. On the 29th of July and the 30th, I'm gonna send out an email, and I'm notifying you and the public right now for transparency purposes that on the 29th and the 30th, if we have to go through the 30th, we're gonna have a sit down with the commissioners and the judge and any elected that would like to come to give additional information or requests can do so at that time. Once we do that, I'll have the final proposal or final information, and based on the totality of the circumstances and all the information I have, I will put a proposed budget together as the law requires me to. I will put that proposed budget together, and then I will submit it to this court on August. We have the meeting, it's gonna be August the 11th for you to have. It's the proposed budget, and at that point, you're gonna have everything that you are gonna have from the 28, 29, we put it together. And at that proposed budget, you can continue to decide or decipher whether you want to approve some of those or not, so that when we finalize the actual budget in September, we've already done it. But I have to legally, by August 15th, have to submit a proposed budget.
That's why I was asking, we could do it after August 15th, because when you submit your proposed budget,
No, it can still be, it can still be, Commissioner. Marta Ponce, legally, I have to give you a proposed budget by August 15th. So once I give that proposed budget to you, you get the proposal, and we can discuss it like, okay, we can fix it or not fix it or whatever you want to do. And we have all that time from August 15th to September the 9th to actually approve the budget.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I guess we're in this agenda item. That's why I put it in there, because I felt that.
I could have explained it to you if you would have come to my office and talked to me.
Yeah, but.
Or you could call me or text me, yeah.
I know. There's always-
But that's what I'm doing, Commissioner.
Okay, so can we meet after the 15th? That after you submit your proposal?
Well, see, what I'm saying is that on the 29th and the 30th, we are gonna meet, yes. Exactly, thank you. We're gonna meet, unless you're not gonna be available those days, which you don't have to by law, you're not required to be here. But I'm doing the 29th and the 30th to offer the commissioners an opportunity to speak to the other electeds that would like to come forward that day to review what I have thus far. So if you're here on the 29th or the 30th, you will have what I have proposed preliminary based on the meetings that I've had. So once you're here on the 29th and the 30th, for the most part, everything we agree on those dates should pretty much mirror and reflect that discussion on August 11th.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
So the proposed budget, we are gonna get it, what day again that you said?
The final proposed budget, you're probably going to get it on the 11th of August, because that's when we have Commissioners Court. By law, I don't have to turn it into you guys till August 15th. But,
And we'll have it by then.
but I am pushing, me and Mr. Pereira are really, really pushing to have it ready by August 11th. By August
The
11th.
question is for review prior to the date that it's due to. I think that's a question.
By August 15th.
I think they're like, let's just say, for example, July 23rd, we'll pick up that one that you worked on.
Not by August 15th, actually.
Judge, because my question is if we're gonna get it on August 11th, what day did you say that we were gonna have budget workshop with all elected officials? Did you say July 29th and 30th? or August?
July 20, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So July,
Copy of the budget.
yes, you're gonna get a copy of the budget preliminary, because I can't call it proposed, preliminary budget on the 29th. If we finish on the 29th, then we're done on the 29th, but I'm extending it to the 30th in case, like Commissioner Carmona said, if we don't have enough time, we can extend it to the 30th to have the remainder of the meeting. And then by then, Mr. Pereira and I will have the 2 weeks, or not even a week and a half, to try to put all that together so that I can give you the proposed as it's reflected from the last meeting on the 11th. And then what Commissioner Urenda was asking is from the 11th to before we approve the actual budget, can we make any suggestions? That's what I'm understanding from you?
Can we review it and make suggestions?
Yes, you're gonna review it, hopefully, God willing, by the 29th or the 30th. You see what I'm saying?
And then what day did we approve it in Commissioner's Court?
September.
September the 8th.
December?
September.
September. So the last question that I have is the preliminary report that you're going to submit to us on the 29th and the 30th.
It's gonna be based on the budget meetings that I've had with elected officials thus far.
But that report is, or like that, when we come to discuss that, are we going to have it in open session?
It's gonna be like a open, you don't make decisions that day.
No, just but here, like we're going to still be able to be like an open setting.
We're gonna have it here.
Camera.
We're gonna have it in commission, it's gonna be like a meeting like this, but it's an open meeting. It's not required by the Open Meetings Act to post it because it's just a workshop, so it doesn't have to be posted. And also, no action will be taken that day. The purpose of the workshop is for the sheriff's office or the jail department or the district clerk's office to come before us and tell us, this is why, or this is why I'm asking for this much money, or this is why I'm asking for this, or this is, that's to hear them out. And mainly it's done that way so that me as a chief budget officer can gather all the evidence and all the information and propose to you guys a budget that I think is within the parameters that's going to keep Dimmit County financially sound. You guys don't have to agree with the budget, but I have to propose a budget. The budget proposal by law is on the duty of the county judge. And I will propose a budget to you guys, and then you guys can approve it or not approve it. But I have to legally propose it, and I can take whatever measures or methods that I need to take that are appropriate to put a proposed budget together. And the reason why I did the meetings that way, one-on-one, because I did it like that last year, and this year had, again, several electeds tell me this year that they liked it more one-on-one because they didn't feel like they were under a microscope. And also, if you can recall, Commissioner, and I know you're smiling over there, but if you can recall that you had suggested, as a matter of fact, you had recommended to me, Judge, why don't you do the one-on-ones and then do a big, where everybody's there, presence. So I took your advice, and that's why I did it that way. This is the way I'm doing it.
I'm not always right, Judge.
Well, I'm glad that you're admitting that you did say that, though, instead of saying you didn't say anything at all.
So my only questions and concerns, because like you are right, I did sign the thing, was that if we're gonna have the preliminary report, I wanted it to be done in an open setting and with the camera presence and keep it transparent. So that way, this is my first time going through the process. And I do feel that it's important for us to make it transparent for everybody to go back and review so that they can see what we're doing and what we're discussing.
I will agree with you, but I just do want to make it clear to you that by the government code, that's not required. But I do agree that it's good to be transparent, and there is going to be transparency no matter what, because when we approve the final budget, it has to be transparent. And so I agree with you, and that's why when Commissioner Urenda recommended, hey, Judge, you should do one-on-ones to kind of appease to those electeds that liked doing one-on-ones, but also doing one big one where everybody, and when I say everybody, all the commissioners are present. I thought that was a good combination. It was a good idea, to be quite frank. I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. It's a little bit of both worlds. Because when I send out the email that we're going to be available with the commissioners on the 28th and 29th, the electeds are not obligated to come before the commissioners court. They can if they want to, but they're not obligated. And they're not obligated at all to meet with anybody for that matter. What they are obligated to do by law is to furnish that request. Yes, that's all anybody's required to do by law. So, any other questions?
No, I just wanted to make sure that was just it, that when we did have the discussion and the 29th and 30th, I understand that it is your budget until you present it to Commissioner's Court, and then at that time, we'll be able to make adjustments.
Yes, ma'am.
The only thing, and again, I'll just reiterate it to make sure that it's important, is when we do have those discussions with these elected officials, I would just feel more comfortable to make sure that we did it in a public setting and that it is recorded, for the transparency purposes. But other than that, the dates that you provided in the process, I haven't found anybody that said that they liked the closed door sessions, but I will hold to your word that if you said that you have some individuals that are appreciating it, I'm not gonna disrupt your pattern as long as we make sure that it is recorded and that it is posted whenever we bring everybody up before us.
Thank you. Anything else, Commissioner Linda, Commissioner? Thank you. So no action, Ms. McDaniel?
Did you want action or?
I don't need any action, I'm just,
No, she already said the dates,
Yeah.
29th and 30th.
Do we have enough, are we gonna have enough time to go right from that time?
yeah, we do it in a day and a half.
No, we're recessed.
We recess it and then to a complete.
4.1, discussion and appropriate action for Monica Maldonado, Maricela Jurado, and Mary Lou Martin to 2025 Crime Record Conference, August 25th to 28th in Austin, Texas. Motion.
Second.
Chief, are they going to be commuting,
Where's it?
or they're taking county vehicle?
I'm not sure. I can find out and let you know.
I was just curious because it wasn't on the request. And then I had a quick question, because I see that Mrs. Monica's and Maricela's for the state, they have three nights in a room, but for Mrs. Mary Lou Martin, it's 5 nights. Is there a difference? I just want to make sure that they're all the same, or is it different conferences?
I think she's gonna be attending a different conference than they are. I think so. Or she might be staying for a longer portion of it than they are. I can double check and get that.
Other questions?
I'm sorry, I'm going to pull up my report.
It's right here. This is Monica's 533, and then Mary Lou's 1,000. It is. I was just wondering why they're different ones. Because right here on the Monica, it says 533, but Ms. Martin says 1,000. I'm just trying to confirm that it's the right, or we have to do a different agenda request or one. Here it is, Commissioner Kamara.
I think it might be the right one.
Monica's is 533, but Ms. Mary Lou's is 1,000.
From what Captain showed me, I think it's the same one. It might just be a typo. It might, I'll double check for sure, right, when I get back.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, on the motion is to approve the travel, but with the stipulation that you'll get us the correct information, just to make sure that, the amount is proper.
Okay, yes, ma'am, thank you.
Is that gonna be your motion, Commissioner
Yes,
Kamara?
ma'am.
Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Jose Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 4.2, discussion and appropriate action for Sergio Prieto to attend the 2025 Record Conference in Houston, August 4th through the 7th. Any questions?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Urenda. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 4.3, discussion and appropriate action for approval for Joseph Maharan to attend the 55th Annual Narcotics Officer Association Training, August 18th to the 21st in South Padre Island.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Urenda. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 4.4, discussion and appropriate action, jail status report. The jail's here. Mrs. Montes is here.
Can I table that, because I don't have the report for the marshal, I can put that for next.
Motion to table.
For
Um,
tonight.
And Ms. Montes, can you get with me in my office so that we can get with Mr. Pereira? Because I was at a training on Friday and we're still in the low end of getting paid for the marshals. There's other counties, neighboring counties, that they're up to like $75, $85 a day, and I think we're still like $50-something.
57.
Yes.
We got, after the commissioner for last commissioner's call, we got a call with Mr. Pereira, me, myself, and the sheriff, and we were discussing all the detail that was
We can-
missed, but that's lost.
And we can just follow up on that, Chief, so that, because that's money that Dimmit counties could be making. I have a motion to table. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 4.5, this,
You were the.
I motioned it. 4.5, discussion and appropriate action, sheriff's report. The sheriff requested a motion to table, Chief, unless you have a report.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes.
5.1, discussion and appropriate action, open bids for the remodeling of the dispatch office.
There were no payment for the remodel.
So I did talk to Chief, if you want to come forward just real quick, because this is in regards to the dispatch office. I did talk to the sheriff and on Friday, and we were kind of the opinion that there might be a possibility that there was not going to be any bids, so there was no bids submitted for remodeling of the dispatch office, and I know we're on a time crunch still because of the whole dispatch thing from Middle Rio Grande. So what we'll have to do is that we will have to, on the next agenda, put again to advertise for bids. Commissioners, if y'all know of anybody that might be interested in the job, or if the community's out here listening to us, if anybody's interested, obviously that has the requisites and is bonded, there's a job opportunity there, because we are kind of limited in what we need to do for that. So there will be no action.
As a secondary, would we look at the renovation itself and see if it's something that our guys could tackle?
I mean, it's a possibility, I think, but you would need to make sure that you have somebody that's bonded and that licensed to be in construction. Just simply,
But for electric.
I was gonna say,
Electrician. I'm just saying as a second option, but I think there's some more to discuss to see like how it would, just to say maybe we could do it ourselves.
Electric appliance.
Yeah.
5.2, discussion and appropriate action, open bids for the installation of emergency lighting. We have one bid to open. And that bid is from Alvarado Emergency Lighting. And there are two bids, I suppose. I mean, there's two quotes. It looks like there's two different quotes. One is for 90 hours of installation for labor and 180 hours of installation of labor. One's in the amount of $133,009.72. And then the other amount is $66,504.86. So today is just to open the bids. Mr. Pereira and I, as budget officers, will look at it, follow up with the lighting company chief, and then put it back on the agenda. But today's purpose was just to open the bids.
Okay, thank you.
You need a motion, Dick?
Yes, please.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona to open the bids.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Talamontes. Give me the amount of the 133, what was the first one, please? 133, $9.72.
Yes.
Okay, and the second one? 500 and what? 4. And how much cents, Commissioner? 86. Okay. Thank you. 5.3, discussion and appropriate action, but budget adjustment number 56 between Constable 1. Data processing to move over to capital equipment, maintenance, repair of a vehicle, and supplies.
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona.
Second.
Mr. Pereira, can you please call Mr. Pereira?
That's fine. I just wanted to...
Who seconded that motion? I have Alonso Carmona. Okay, Commissioner Odena. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 5.4, discussion and appropriate action. Budget adjustment number 57 between the 293rd District Court, and that is operating supplies to be moved over to capital equipment, and that was submitted by Judge Flores.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 5.5, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment between the jail department and that is to move operating supplies, data processing, jailer information, janitorial supplies to overtime, inmate transport, and kitchen items. I don't know where Mr. Pereira's at, because I don't know if we can transfer those things for overtime.
He's coming. Mr. Fee's coming.
It's coming.
Okay, I will,
I'm sorry. Did you tell anybody the comments and stuff last time? It's
Okay.
really different. So one's for like one quarter of this, and the second stuff.
so I'll give it to you. I'll recall this item. 5.6, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment number 62 between the IT department, and that is IT assistant for temporary part-time.
That was me, right? Sorry. So yes, we ended up hiring a college student. I was told that I had money to be able to pay for the student, so I didn't get him through middle ground because it's a college student. It's not a work study student like a high school student. So we're told that we had the money in there. We do have the money, but what we don't have to clarify it for the auditor's office is a line item. So they're just gonna take the money and create a line item for the summer employee, and that's it. So the money, you're not adding any money, they're just creating a line item for his office records, that way they don't have to document and note, it would be. the
So
line
she
item.
didn't have to do a budget adjustment?
I was gonna say,
Well, it's a different line item. It's not within the same.
but I don't think it's a budget adjustment that she needed to make. It was just create an office
Oh, no,
position.
but she does, they gotta implement the line item, and then from somewhere they gotta get the money for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did he implement the budget line item that you're saying? No.
No, we're creating it, that's why we're creating it, because.
So motion to create
Can
the
you
line.
do that?
Huh?
Can you do that? No, I'm just asking because
Yeah.
in the process of approving a budget. it's
That's
approved.
exactly,
If the line item's not in there, then it didn't get approved as part of the
I know,
budget.
but that's why we're doing a budget adjustment. To do-
it should be a budget amendment.
To make, yeah, to move that money instead of taking it from the
I
full-time.
I understand what you're doing, but what doesn't, just to, just trying to keep it real here. In the past, we've been told that you can't do that. You're basically adjusting the entire budget if you think about it, because you're adding a line item that did not exist within the budget, correct?
No, we're keeping the same amount in the
I
budget.
understand.
It's not being
Let's
increased,
not
the
talk
budget's not
about the
being
money.
increased.
Let's not talk about the money. Let's talk about the line item. You're implementing a line item that was not part of the original approved budget, correct or not correct?
Correct.
Okay, so then, at the point where you install a line item that wasn't, it's kind of like, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. I have a golf course. I'm just gonna give you an example. And I don't have a line item for alcohol. But now, I'm just giving you an example, but now I wanna try to sell it, so I'm gonna go to you and are you gonna install an item for that?
Yes,
You can,
yeah.
but that wasn't approved like that. The budget wasn't
But then,
approved.
but you're approving it, that's why we're doing a budget adjustment. You're not increasing the
But
budget.
it's not a budget adjustment per se, it's a budget amendment because you're adding something that
You're
wasn't
amending
there
the budget.
before, you're amending the budget.
Yeah,
In our reality, that's.
a
what
budget
You're
adjustment.
amending
A
would
budget
be
adjustment
Budget
is
adjustment
move
is
money
the
from
budget.
one line item
Increased-
to another.
We're not increasing the total amount.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I know, but you're adding a position that wasn't approved.
That wasn't
It
created.
was that, exactly.
I'm just saying, based on what you always
And
preach
before.
to,
No.
at least to me, I don't believe.
As far as the budget for the personnel salaries, that always has to come to Commissioner's Court.
Well, no, we know that, but
I
That's,
think you're concentrating on the money being there, I understand, but the
Yeah.
line item wasn't there. You cannot just,
Because what I did, if you let me explain real quick, what I did was I hired him out of another employee's line item that I didn't give that person the full salary from when we made the transition. So the money was there and we started paying that employee out of that line item. So we had two employees that were getting paid out of one line item.
you can do that.
Yeah, and I only did that in December, but that's all that we did. But his office said that for their records, that it would be better if we created the line item for them.
so
So
that
that,
if you create a line
I don't
item, you
think
have
you
to,
can do
you
that.
can't,
Yes,
yeah,
you-
I'm saying.
well, we've done
If
it.
you wanna create a line item,
When have you
you
done
have to
that?
have, yeah, you have a budget.
Give me an example, honest,
even for fuel or
for fuel.
for fuel or whatever, it's the same
You
thing.
can-
It's the same,
You can
it's the
move
same-
money,
But you can move money.
but
You can move
no,
money from
create,
fuel
if you need, if
to
you
more.
don't have fuel, you create it, you put it in there.
But we don't do that though, it's already.
We have,
I don't know, in the 4 years that I've been,
You deny us on some
Yes.
stuff like that.
I
what?
On the line items, because the budget's already been
And
created.
what she could have done was transfer that line item position, transfer it to IT, if she had money over there.
it's in the same department.
It is in IT.
So you have,
But-
so you have a part-time line item.
No, I have two full employee line items, but there's more money than what those employees were receiving.
So that's what I'm saying, what the proper thing is, if you have two full-time line items, and you have enough money left over from them, then you wanna create a third one part-time, because you wanna utilize the remaining money, that line item for that part-time position, it has to be a budget amendment, because you're creating a brand-new position.
I don't
that
think,
wasn't
yes, you can
approved.
create a new position.
You can't.
You can't.
I was looking
You
at
can.
researching the law this weekend, and you can't do that, you have to do a
You-
budget
what you can
amendment.
do-
What you can do that, we approve, but it has to be a budget amendment, not a budget adjustment, because you're creating a new line item that
What do you
wasn't
put it as?
approved. You put it as a budget adjustment.
Oh,
It needs to be a budget amendment, because you're creating a position that wasn't approved in Commissioner's Court.
it was an amendment, sorry, it was an amendment.
It's-
There are no
Bring
adjustments.
it back on the next
I said
motion.
there are no adjustments, it's
No, no,
amendment.
what you can do, Commissioner.
But there are no
I don't know if I'm
adjustments.
saying this right, but if you're paying them from the two full-time employees, what you can do is move money from one of your other line items.
Yeah, but she
Into
has
that.
a position right now that hasn't been approved.
Mhm.
I have a what?
Position.
How?
Because you don't have a line item.
Yeah, because there was always money.
No, you created
You created it.
Yeah, without
without,
Approval.
that,
Well, we did approve the to hire him,
I
Because,
understand.
But
because,
you
But that's-
approved it under the premise and the belief and the non-transparency that there was a position for it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I know.
The fact that I have the money meant nothing.
Exactly, because you had to go and put in a budget amendment to actually, like, let's say, for instance, I have Ms. Hernandez, and I don't pay her the full amount that I have budgeted for her, but I want to bring another secretary to help her, would have to come to Commissioner's Court to make a brand new line item for assistant secretary. See what I'm saying?
So then can we just, can I put it on the next commissioner's court to do the budget amendment for next time? I do think, speaking on it too, that it did benefit us here in Dimmit County a lot because with schooling, how.
No, we understand that, but
So to keep it open though, like.
the way the process was done is,
Yeah, it was but I would just say to keep it open mind, to keep that line item in there moving forward, because it did benefit the county.
So whenever you submitted your budget, did you add that on?
Yes,
You added?
I added two.
You wrote in to add positions?
I don't want to.
See, that's what you need to do.
you gotta go back and look.
Okay, I gotta go
That,
back.
you have to do that. That's what it's doing.
or you can add it when you meet with the judge.
Exactly.
Got it,
You see? Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Aranda, you know a little bit. You've been around the block.
Maybe this will be to also address it in court. It's okay.
Just give me your first.
I haven't been heard about it.
So there's no action on that one. Let's just look at it.
I have to add it on the next one, right?
For a budget amendment.
Okay.
5.7, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment between the landfill.
That's repair equipment to capital equipment.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Uriel.
excuse me, Commissioner Jose Urenda, and second by Commissioner Talamantes. I did talk to Commissioner Rubalcaba this morning, and I did advise her, she did advise me that she understood if they weren't approved, but if I could voice it for her, she would be grateful. So that's what 7 and 8 are. 5.8 is discussion and appropriate action for budget adjustment between sanitation. For sanitation, she's asking for the containers to transfer funds for repair of the dumpsters.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 5.9 is budget adjustment number 69 for the Metro Department. She is asking for funds from the line item to repair buildings and repair vehicles to be moved to utilities, uniforms, and capital equipment.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Commissioner Jose Odena,
Second.
and second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. We have 5.10, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment between, number 70, between road and bridge, and she's asking for the vehicle repair funds to be transferred over to fuel and oil.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Jose Odena,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. I will entertain a motion to recess and adjourn the regular meeting.
Second. And
Oh, I'm sorry.
At
Thank you so much.
5.5,
Excuse me?
5.5, you're gonna recall it?
Oh, yeah.
oh, did I?
Oh, yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you for reminding me about the claim docket. Thank you so much. Let me do the claim docket very briefly. We have general fund, $755,584.95. Dimmit County Airport, $634.38. Dimmit County Golf Course, $16,679.78. Courthouse security, $5,535.62. Records management is $2,856.81. Utilities, $70,546.38. Rodeo Arena, $1,110. Stone Garden, $36,128.18. Operation Lone Star, $28,176.18. Dimmit County payroll, $1,909,001.61. Tax note series, $969,728.46. COs 2021, $287,901.84. SB 2022, $13,452.48. For a grand total of $3,197,336.67. I do want to say, Commissioner Odena, on the utilities, I know it's not utilities per se for your department, but if y'all can recall in discussions, our utilities, obviously, as you are aware, the cost of living keeps going up, so I'd like to at some point maybe bring in like one of the contractors, consultants that can maybe help us in trying to bring down those utility costs.
You're talking for the department?
Not for your department, I'm saying in utilities. Because remember that we spoke to that gentleman at the county judges conference? I know that you're under utilities, but this is not utilities for you per se is what I'm saying. I'm saying, remember that gentleman we spoke to that he advised about helping the county? So I wanted to bring that to the table about discussing it because everything's going up a lot in price.
I can reach out to him.
Okay.
And have him get in contact.
That'll be perfect because I think it'll be helpful to keep the county, financially sound, if you will. I know the cost is going up in prices, and so we want to try to make sure that we want to make sure that we try to keep costs down in wherever we can at least.
Absolutely.
I'll take a motion for the claim docket.
Motion.
By Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Urenda. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Mr. Pereira, we did have a question in regards to 5.5, the budget adjustment with the jail department. Because there's a request on the budget adjustment for operating supplies, data processing, and uniforms to be transferred for overtime. Can we do that? Can we move monies from supplies to overtime?
Yes.
Any other questions?
Motion.
Yes, Mr. Commissioner Odena?
I'm just making sure. I think there's another one of those that he told us in the past that we couldn't move.
Because I remember, that's why, for payroll.
That's right.
That's why I'm saying.
I mean, did I remember?
Go ahead, Commissioner.
I think I got denied on it.
Yes, I remember you did for that raise.
But that's something that Joel did, you need to do in Commissioner's Court. That was a stipulation.
What?
That anything changed on any phase 2 personnel has to come through Commissioner's Court, no matter the event.
That's where I got denied, that Commissioner's Court.
But Commissioner's Court denied, not anybody else.
So can we do it or can we not do it? Because
Yes.
I keep hearing what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and I don't even know what
I think in
means.
that particular situation, it was just that the commissioners didn't want to approve your request.
Shocker.
But he is right in the sense that the law does specifically say that for budget adjustments regarding personnel to increase, like within the year, it does have to come through Commissioner Court, but I thought it also had to be like a budget amendment. I want to read up on that because I think you're right, Commissioner.
The commissioner denied it because upon your recommendation.
No, it wasn't my recommendation.
No.
That's what I remember.
No, it was you that stated we could have paid.
That we couldn't move money from
And
other
one department.
line items to payroll, anything to do with payroll.
It wasn't the commissioner denied it, but because of your recommendation.
What the reason was, but I don't
So
think
that I
it wasn't my recommendation.
Blame it on the commissioners.
It's one next for you.
Be clear about it. Wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy.
To do the proposed.
Claro, no sé, bingo.
B3.
Okay,
Motion.
so can we can't, you are okay with it?
Yes, motion.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Entertain a motion to
Adjourn.
recess and adjourn by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. The time now is 2:49, Ms. McDaniel, and we will go into the public facilities meeting. Call the meeting to order at 2:49 p.m. Roll call. Let the record reflect that all parties are present. We have one absentee, which is Commissioner Rubalcaba. We do have a quorum. We will proceed with the meeting. 1.3, approval minutes of regular meeting, June 28, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Talamantes.
What do,
The minutes of regular meeting,
Oh,
June
second.
20. Second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 2.
There was a couple of, addendum on our agenda, a couple of items on the agenda if you want.
for this?
Yeah, I was about to ask, do we do the addendums? 'Cause I was-
Thank you for reminding me.
We can finish this out and go back.
Yes, I'll entertain a motion. No, I don't. Thank you. I'll go back to Ms. McDonough. Thank you for reminding me, and Commissioner Talamantes. 2.1, discussion appropriate action, new business for public facilities. There's no new business.
No, I will have my report on the next one. I can just give an overview. We do have most of the ACs working up. They have a very important guest coming later this week. So we have been focusing on.
They as in Border Patrol.
Border Patrol, not us. So we have just been focusing on cutting the grass and getting the facility up and going, but those ACs are actually coming online this week as we speak. So hopefully another 2 weeks and we'll be at 100% operation in there. Other than that, I will have a report for you all guys with my road and bridge report next Commissioner's Court.
No action, informational. 3.1, claim docket. On the claim docket for, do I have that, Mr. Pereira?
Yes.
Can I have that, please? The claim docket for public facilities. Thank you. The public safety is $6,683.41. Are there any questions?
So,
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Jose Urenda. Thank you, Commissioner. All in favor? I'm okay, thank you so much. All in favor?
aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to recess and adjourn the public facilities meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. I will entertain a motion to reopen the regular Commissioners Court meeting to review the addendums that were submitted to the court.
Motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona
Second.
and second by Commissioner Talamantes to open and a time to reopen Ms. McDaniel's 252. Let the record reflect that all parties are still present with the exception of one absentee, which is Commissioner Valerie Rubalcaba. I will be calling agenda item 3.31, discussion and appropriate action approval to purchase capital equipment for Sheriff's Office Personnel Precinct 3. Is this through your CO or where are you using it from, Commissioner?
I'm going to use it as capital equipment from the IT department.
What are you?
All their servers and desktops are like 12 years plus outdated. So we're gonna, you can come up, Javi. We're gonna go ahead and replace it since we anticipate that being the biggest expense that we have, and we have the capital line item still is there. You can go into detail on the equipment that we're replacing.
So, right now, it's mostly just going to be the desktops to replace for all the workers at the jail and sheriff's office. This includes the CID building. A lot of them are just outdated. They're falling behind on what's currently the standard.
Motion to.
I have a motion by, thank you, Mr. Castañeda. I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Jose Urenda. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Mr. Castañeda, this is on by board, right?
I would need to double check that.
If it's not, just for legal purposes, yeah,
I'll
we'll put it back on the agenda.
It is coming from Steve.
No, she said it's for coming.
From the capital equipment from the line item of the IT. We still have a healthy chunk in there, and that department needs upgrades, so that's where I'm gonna use to do that.
3.32, discussion and appropriate action, approval of resolution authorizing the acceptance of the 2025 Help America Vote Act, HAVA, election security sub-grant, county clerk.
Yes, this is a grant from the Secretary of State. It's $32,500. It requires a 20% match, which I do have, and in fact, together with the grant and what I have for elections, I want to use it to purchase poll books and some electronic ballot boxes that will count the votes as you're putting in the ballot. So for early voting, at the end of early voting, when it's time and they give us the key, we already have that counted, and then get one for precinct 1 and precinct 2 as well. The poll books would replace the paper books that they go through and mark through that you vote or whatever. This will help with accuracy and with reporting. So at the end of the day, we're not having the clerk stay afterwards and input all that information to the Secretary of State. So get election results quicker.
And you have the money in your account to match the.
I have more than,
You have more than, motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Julio Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Jose Urenda.
That's a question.
Yes, sir.
And this is any training for the people that?
When we purchased the poll book, I plan to go through ESNS, which is the current provider from Buyer Ballot. They're the ones that we have, the current machine. And included in that is the training that will come down.
For the ones that are sitting there? The ones that are taking the names and all that?
They'll train us and the workers.
Right, that's all, okay.
And normally, whenever they do elections, the poll workers that are in there have to do a training with Ms. McDaniel to get certified to be poll watchers, if you
We're
will.
making plans for all.
Thank you.
We're moving now.
We are.
Like the Jeffersons.
Any other questions? If there are any other questions, I will entertain another motion to adjourn and,
We didn't vote.
yeah,
We
I said
didn't
motion
vote.
to approve.
Yeah.
Oh, we did, okay.
it was Commissioner Talamantes and then Commissioner Urenda, and then all in favor? Aye, and
Okay,
then I'll take another motion
so
to,
moved.
motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay.
No.